I covered in a previous video that we're going to link in the description that 48% of Canadians now see the United States as a bigger threat to global peace than Russia. But today I want to give you a little bit more information under those numbers, because this isn't one bad poll. This is a bunch of collected data over time that is documenting a collapse. Look, Politico published 5 charts this week, drawing on polling across Canada, the UK, France, and Germany. And all while showing that the 4 countries show strain, Canada's numbers are in a different category entirely. And I want to walk you through what all of these numbers are actually showing. Again, 43% of Canadians now see the United States as, quote, mostly a threat to global stability. Another 34% saying the US is sometimes a force for stability, but sometimes a threat. But that means 77% of Canadians, more than 3 out of 4, have some level of threat perception about us, the United States. And only 1 in 5 Canadians see the US primarily as a stabilizing force. A year ago, those numbers were basically backwards. 47% of Canadians, almost half, say that the US involvement abroad actually makes the world less safe. Less safe. Not neutral, not mixed, less safe. And look, this isn't an academic debate about foreign policy. These are our immediate neighbors, the people that we share our longest border with, concluding that when the United States gets involved in anything abroad, the world gets worse. And think about that. Canada has fought alongside us in every major conflict since World War I. Korea, Afghanistan. They watched American diplomacy help hold the Western world together for 70 years. And now nearly half of Canadians say that we are making things worse on a global scale. And that reversal didn't happen by accident. YouGov European tracker data from January, from last month, shows that perceptions of the United States across Britain, Denmark, France, Germany, Europe are now the worst that they have been since YouGov started tracking in 2016. The worst in a decade. Across Western Europe, our entire alliance across there. It's absolutely appalling what Trump has done to our foreign diplomacy. But to Trump, this doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what foreigners think. It doesn't matter what Europe thinks. America first to him means America doesn't give a crap. And you know what? That philosophy only works if we live on a planet without trade relationships, without military alliances, without supply chains that run across borders. And you and I both know we do not live on that planet. We live here, in reality, where 42% of Canadians have already concluded that we, the United States, are no longer their ally. Where the perception of American threat has jumped 15% in 3 months. Our closest neighbors are starting to shop for alternative relationships with the EU, with each other, even with China, with anyone who doesn't wake up and threaten to annex them. America First is making America alone. And there's data out there everywhere that backs that up if you want to look at it.
A corrupt congressman, his faithless henchwoman. Together they've sold justice to the highest bidder. But when a boy's death threatens their empire, they'll lie, bribe, kill to keep their secrets buried. Only one man remembers, and this time the system's fixers are the ones getting fixed. A death in Arcadia. Every secret has a price,